Is there a job where you could actually get paid to be or act like a therapist without necessarily having the qualifications to do so? Where you won't get in trouble because you weren't like licensed? Well, um, in a word, yes, but it may not be what you think. All right, so you do know Dr. Phil. He hasn't renewed his license. He's like an outlier example, but we're gonna kind of go a bit more uh, general here. So maybe you like helping people, but maybe you can't go to college for psychology or any ideologies that's related to mental health or people's problems. How do you become somebody that is still helping people daily to solve their issues and helping them to arrive at a solution that not only benefits them but helps them to move their lives forward? Well, um, there is a career. I'm not sure you're gonna like it though. It's called sales, and there is a huge part of sales that is not really talked about that much, where you kind of have to learn to be the therapist for your client. And in this book, Started Selling, Mastering Call Center Sales, if you go to chapter 6 and go to the second part, you will see this here. So it's becoming a therapist for the caller. So this book is about Sam, and we're gonna kind of go through just a short bit here to kind of show you how therapists or acting as a therapist kind of works in this setting. All right, so Sam dove into the account, asking questions that not only helped resolve the issue, but also allowed him to build rapport. Just to confirm, Sam said, you mentioned needing more data this month. Is that something you run into often? Yeah, the caller admitted. My kids are always streaming stuff. It's like the Wi-Fi can't keep up. Sam smiled. It sounds like you have a busy household. We actually have an upgraded plan that could give you faster speeds and more data. It might be well worth considering, especially if you're juggling multiple devices. By the end of the call, not only had Sam resolved the billing issue and waived the fees, but the customer also agreed to upgrade their plan. So, um, this part might seem simple here, but look at the stuff that he did in just this part I just read. So, he not only got the customer to talk about his family, he provided a solution, he resolved their issue and got their fees waived, and also was able to upsell the customer into a new plan that they are happy to get because the kids need to be able to stream, and if they're not streaming they're probably screaming, right? So yeah, so sales is like this. Daily you'll have the customers that you have to deal with, and a thing that you may notice too if you get into this side of sales, whether it's call sales or in-person sales, inbound sales or outbound sales, you will notice that there's a level of customer care that's tied into it, and a lot of the customers that come into the call like angry and like are putting their venting their frustrations onto you or projecting that energy onto you. It's not a case that most times, so you will have some people that are just jerks and will do that, but there's most of the time what I've noticed is that these are people that are having a tough time in their life, and if you can kind of not necessarily solve the problem but give them that space to kind of get through that, sometimes they will actually be the ones that will actually spend a lot because you kind of give them that space to kind of breathe lighter, a safe space, because you're a stranger on the phone and they're able to like go through that. So let me give you an example. So I had this person on the phone, and when she came into the call, she she had like a wall up, and she was, dismissive, trying to get off the call as quickly as possible. Um, she wanted Wi-Fi, but the thing is, the area that she was in, she had been trying for like weeks. Her job was like remote work. She just moved to a new location and didn't check beforehand if the Wi-Fi availability was good for this area, and just happens that it wasn't. And this was in a time where AT&T was actually doing their strikes too, I think. Yeah. So not that many options were showing up. I think maybe HughesNet, maybe, but based on her needs, it wouldn't have really helped. So she started like ranting and raving, but it wasn't until she kind of got over that initial frustration that she was going through, because her job is kind of tied to her being able to be online and do her tasks and all that. And I think she was actually a nurse, specialized nurse that kind of helps with the hospital end of their online data and all that. But so she was like, when she kind of calmed down and was kind of walking me through her story of why she needs the Wi-Fi and how she moved to this new area and all of that. By the end of the call, I couldn't actually help her, but if I could have, she would have bought anything I had or anything I had recommended, because she felt comfortable and we built rapport in her overcoming that initial burst of energy she wanted to let out. So yeah, this could be your way to, whether you want to just act as a therapist for a few hours a day, or if it's a case where you actually want to use this as a vehicle to actually become an actual therapist, you can do that. But yeah, so that's how you can go become a therapist without, doing the whole school thing, at least initially, I guess. All right, that's the video. Have a good day, and guess we'll see you in the next video. Okay.